knockout roses you may not believe. Gorgeous yellow knockout roses, regularly $22.99. They're half price, just $11.50 each. And then there's the fruit sale, where practically everything is buy one, get one free, starting with blueberries, all the way up to fig and banana and olive and chestnut, passion fruit, and many more. All on BOGO this week at Bob Wine's. Come celebrate with us daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, keeping Ocala in bloom for 70 years.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Started in 1975. It's Yendel's Building Materials. Whether you're making repairs, adding a room, or building a house, Yendel's constantly delivers excellent service and top quality materials and many of the tools and hardware you need to get the job done. At Yendel's, they take pride in supplying their customers with new and innovative products. Yendel's experience in truss design, manufacturing, and component materials is second to none. 834 North Magnolia Avenue in Ocala, 732-3000. Stop by to experience the difference.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity, and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. Wrap up hour number 2. The National Hurricane Center is watching 4 tropical waves in the Atlantic Basin. There's one in the central Atlantic between Cape Verde and St. Lucia. It's moving to the west. There's a tropical wave located northeast of the British Virgin Islands. It's moving west. There's a tropical wave located south of Cuba, northwest of Jamaica. It's moving west. The Hurricane Center said convection has become much more organized over the last 24 hours. And the fourth tropical wave is located just off Belize and is also moving west. How likely are they to strengthen? In the next 48 hours, the National Hurricane Center gives them 0 chance of strengthening. However, over the next 5 days, they give 40% chance. They have no idea yet who will be impacted from land area of low pressure in the Caribbean or the tropical waves. They just suggest that you continue to monitoring the tropics. It is hurricane season, so we got to start turning the eye to the tropics. And these waves are moving. You know, the next 5 days it doesn't look like anything that serious because these tropical waves are still out in the Atlantic. The one just south of Cuba, it's moving west, so it could move into the Caribbean. And, as you know, their waters are much warmer in the Caribbean. So, not the Caribbean, the Gulf. So there is a possibility of, within the next 5 to 6 days, a 40% chance that a couple of these waves could become more than a tropical wave. But that's the time of year we're in. It's the rainy season. Carol Ann Baldwin talks about it all the time. The rainy season. Well, that's what we're in now. Every afternoon, this morning, I was watching the local weather channel out of Orlando, and he was like, Danny Trainer, who worked for Channel 6 for a long time before he passed away. Danny Trainer used to say, be prepared. Get everything done early in the day because it's coming in the afternoon. And we know it comes. We know the sea breezes kick up and come in the afternoon. So, it's a rainy season. Keep your umbrella near you. Take a little extra time. Make sure that you pay attention to your surroundings. But also that means pay attention to what the National Hurricane Center is telling you. That over the next 5 days, there's quite a few tropical waves that they expect over the next 5 days for about a 40% chance of them strengthening into anything that we need to pay attention of. They're in the eastern Atlantic, between Cape Verde and St. Lucia, the eastern Caribbean, south of Cuba, and just located off the country of Belize. So all around us, but they're all moving west. The only one that bothers me if it's moving west is the one that's in the eastern Atlantic, that's in central Atlantic between Cape Verde and St. Lucia. But the other ones are all moving west towards the Gulf or towards the Mexican Peninsula. And they're just tropical waves now. They're not anything more than that. So it's just a unorganized gathering of showers. But as you know, that could turn into something real quick. And see, I always suggest using Mike's weather page on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, look for Mike's weather page. That page seems to be the best that I've found in a long time at how good they are at predicting where storms are coming and where they're coming to and from. And he said his latest is tropics could brew east of the Yucatan and cross over into the Caribbean this time next week. But it could develop in the lower Caribbean before the watch, and most of it keep 30% to 40% chance. When you look at it, there's a disturbance Monday tropical update. The National Hurricane Center has a 30% chance of an overall model trends or a pass through Yucatan this weekend, then east into the Baja of California. So that's going towards Mexico and Texas. And that's the one they give the biggest chance of gathering any kind of strength, is the one just off the Yucatan Peninsula, just off Belize. And so it doesn't look like it's going to be troublesome for us at all. But it just reiterates that you need to always be diligent. June is usually not a very busy cycle of tropics for us. They really ramp up for us usually late August, early September through October. But every now and then you get the storms that are big and intense that come through in June and July. You just have to pay attention. You have to keep up to date with it, especially folks that live in our mobile home communities that are susceptible to high winds, wind shear, microburst, tornadoes. All of those can be spawned by hurricanes. And, you know, when those feeder bands come through, God, that's some of the worst. Those feeder bands come across and just beat you up. But it's where we choose to live. So we just have to be prepared and do due diligence to stay prepared. And the National Hurricane Center, you can go to nhc.noaa.gov. That's nhc.noaa.gov. That's a good resource. Or you're going to go to Mike's weather page on Facebook. You ask to join. You end up following this page, and you get good discussions, good reporting, good analysis of storms. It's my go-to for all the storms and all that we deal with is Mike's weather page on Facebook. You can literally just type in Mike's weather page, and it'll pop up. And he's got all the models and everything from the National Hurricane Center when it's appropriate to have models up and everything. And he does a really good job, and his predictions. He's the one that said when Irma was coming through, remember Irma took the turn and come across Pine Boat Key or whatever, and they said it was going to stay west of Florida, and Mike's weather page said, nope, once it comes across the Keys, it's going to take a hard turn to the right and come right up the spine of Florida. And he predicted it would come right up the Ocala River, and all the other models were saying, no, it was going to stay just west of the coast of Florida. Well, Mike was right. Irma came right up the center of the state of Florida, right up the spine of Florida, and into the Ocala River Basin, just as his weather page had predicted, while all the other weather pages were saying it was going to, and meteorologists were saying it was going to stay west of us, just off the west coast of Florida, when in actuality it come right through the center of the state. It was a Category 1 hurricane by the time it got to Ocala, but still did enough damage that you don't want to see another one like that. So Mike's weather page is a resource I really suggest for your tracking of hurricanes. We'll take a break. We'll be back with hour number 3 right after this timeout. This is Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. You're listening to WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
President Biden plans to visit the Middle East in July. Biden is expected to visit Israel and the Palestinian Authority on July 14th and 15th before traveling to Saudi Arabia. Washington, D.C. is bracing for renewed violence as the Supreme Court may make a decision on Roe v. Wade as soon as today. An attempted murder charge has been brought upon a California man after Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told the justices at the steps of the Supreme Court they won't know what hit them. End quote. A bill to protect the justices has been stalled by Democrats in the House. Representative Jim Jordan on Fox News.
Their effort to intimidate the United States Supreme Court is so intense that they won't even pass this legislation that passed the Senate unanimously. Every Democrat supported that legislation, and they won't bring it up in light of the fact now that we had an assassination attempt on the sitting justice.
USA Radio News.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshares. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, well, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder and CEO of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sounds crazy, right? Well, the crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-478-7733. 800-478-7733. 800-478-7733.
An investment in ecosystems from a major company. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Farmers, produce safety inspections are here. Prepare your farm with an on-farm readiness review. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services and University of Florida are partnering to provide this on-site preparation service for free. Our team of produce safety experts offer individualized support to make sure your operation meets the regulatory requirements. Contact us to help prepare your farm today. Request your free visit at www.fdacs.gov/OFRR. That's www.fdacs.gov/OFRR.
Peanut producers, fine-tune your farming operation with information gain at the 23rd Annual Southern Peanut Growers Conference, set for July 21 through 23 at Edgewater Beach Resort in Panama City Beach, Florida. The 3-day event provides farmers with information about peanut production, legislative issues, marketing, and promotions. The conference is presented by the Southern Peanut Farmers Federation. Visit southernpeanutfarmers.org for more information.
General Mills and Ecosystem Services Market Consortium announced a multi-year roadmap to scale eco-harvest. The market program by ESMC recognizes and rewards farmers for beneficial environmental outcomes from regenerative agriculture. The roadmap focuses on priority regions in the U.S. and Canada, where General Mills sources its key ingredients like wheat, oat, corn, and dairy. The initial $3 million investment from General Mills includes an ESMC grant to support the launch and development of EcoHarvest and funds to scale regional programs. EcoHarvest is a voluntary market program that generates and sells credits for increased soil carbon, reduced greenhouse gases, and improved water quality. The credits represent verified environmental benefits created within agricultural value chains resulting from approved farm practice changes. I'm Sabrina Halverson for the Southeast AgNet.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for pets.
Like cats, all the toys and treats and the fun little beds.
I like the dog section, the food, the chewies. Oh, pig ears.
Of course you choose the Easy Pet.
Right, because your cats are so warm and loyal.
I hope the doghouse is warm tonight.
It's never warm.
No, it's not. Can I help you?
Yeah,
catnip.
Rawhide?
Catnip.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine today. A couple of thunderstorms this afternoon with a high of 89 to 92. And a clear moonlit sky tonight, low 73 to 77. Partly sunny Tuesday with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon. High tomorrow 89 to 92. And mostly sunny Wednesday with a thunderstorm in the afternoon and a high of 90 to 93. Thunderstorms Thursday and Friday. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Here's the latest from the College of Central Florida. On Tuesday, June 21st at 8:35 a.m., Marie Davidson and Tavis Douglas will talk about all the exciting things happening with agribusiness and equine studies at the CF Vintage Farm. That's Tuesday the 21st at 8:35 a.m. on Higher Education Happenings. Vintage Farm is located just a few miles from the center of Ocala and Interstate 75, but a universe away from distractions. So be sure to listen and learn. It's information you can use from CF and your friends at WOCA, The Source. This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday, I want to remind you about some road closures that take effect today. A road closure in Ocala from today until July 22nd. It's for installation of stormwater. It's Southeast Osceola, remember, between Southeast 8th Street and 5th Street. They're going to be redirecting traffic around that area. Construction is going to take place 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. in the area of Osceola Avenue, Southeast Osceola, between 8th and 5th Street. It's closed. The road's closed. Got to find alternative routes. It's very easy to do in that downtown area to find an alternative route, but that area between 5th and 8th on Southeast Osceola closed to traffic until July 22nd. So it's going to be closed for a month and a week. So if you're in that area, just know that you're not going to be able to get around. You're going to have to avoid that area at Southeast Osceola in between 8th and 5th. It is not open now because they're putting in stormwater drains and stuff through there. And so there's not going to be any open. That road's going to be closed. So I just want to remind you of that road closure. I don't know how many of y'all were affected or knew or even cared about a mass shooting that took place 6 years ago at a nightclub in Orlando. Here's the deal, folks. Hatred for somebody other than you, their lifestyle choices, who they are, what they do. The Bible tells me I'm not supposed to judge. That's God's job. And I don't know if you're religious or not, but I am. And so I leave those things alone. I don't pass judgment on whether a person's gay or they're not gay, what their ethnicity are, it's not my place to worry about any of that. I do what is best, that can best provide for me and my family while being as good a human being as I can possibly be. Now, am I successful at that all the time? Not even close. I mean, sometimes saying that really is the best human being you can be. No, it's not. Not even close. I'm fallible. It means I'm human. But the outright hatred people have for people that they don't like their lifestyle or they don't like their choices, I just don't understand. And that's what happened 6 years ago at the Pulse nightclub. A guy who had been in the club numerous times, he had been a patron, decided his hatred for the gay community was going to cause him to go shoot up Pulse nightclub, which is a nightclub that was predominantly frequented by the gay community. The straight people went to that bar as well, but it was predominantly frequented by the gay community. The DJ that night, him and his wife, straight as the day is long, but he's a DJ that gets paid money, one of the best DJs in Orlando. And so he was there that night. Had to hide behind his DJ display and then went out a side door. My ex-girlfriend's sister was one of the people who still suffers psychological issues from being trapped in a storage closet area, and then her and two other people, along with the 9 other people they were trapped with, kicked out a sheetrock hole, and then luckily for them, the plaster or whatever the building was made of, because such an old building, was loose enough they were able to kick a hole through the back wall of the building, and they all crawled out through a hole that is barely big enough for a small human to get through. And all of that done to say, they were saving their life. She ran once they got outside, the 12 of them ran for like 20 blocks before they stopped, trying to get as far away as they could. And by the way, that evening, the girl I was dating at the time and myself had got a phone call, hey, y'all want to come join us because there was a big dance contest in town, and the family that I was once part of is big into the choreography of like the Outback Bowl halftime show and the Citrus Bowl halftime show. They're very dance and band oriented. They own the Florida Marching Band Championships that was hosted by the WEC earlier this year. They used to have it at the Tropicana Field, but now it's at WEC. So this is a very, very artsy family, dance infused family, and they were out at the nightclub enjoying themselves. Asked if we wanted to come. We're like, no, we're not. It's too far from Ocala and everything. And then we get woke up by a phone call at 3:30 in the morning from a frantic mom saying your sister's been involved in a mass shooting. Do I think it's the gun's fault? No, hell no. It was the person that pulled the trigger's fault. And it was the hatred that was inside that person. You know, we talk about school shootings and all. The hatred people have for other groups that they disagree with, and the fact that they will take up guns and shoot innocent people, I hope there's a special place in hell for those kind of people. I have to put faith in that there's a special kind of hell for those type people. I mean, okay, say you don't like Pride Month. Fine. You don't like Black History Month. Good. You don't like Latino Month. Okay. Nobody says you have to. But why must you wreak violence and havoc on those groups that decide they enjoy it? Well, Tom, there's no White History Month. Yes, there is. It's called Every Day of the Year. Open a history book. It's predominantly about the white Anglo-Saxon history of this country. As, by the way, because of the how long that has been the way that this country was started by Puritans and stuff like that, that's the predominant history. But there's more to it than just that. And trying to suppress the other histories, trying to say that you can't add them to the history, is stupidity at the least, and just outright just hatred at the extreme. It makes no sense to me. If you don't like that there's a gay pride parade going on, go in the opposite direction. I love Walt Disney World. Gay days at Disney World, I abhor. Not because I dislike gay people, it's because it's so crowded. Same reason I don't go to Disney on July 4th or spring break or around Christmas. The crowds. So you know what I do? Because I don't like gay days at Disney, I don't go. Just like I don't go to the half marathon and marathon days at Disney. I don't go to the soap opera digest days at Hollywood Studios. I messed up and went one time not knowing it was soap opera digest day. Oh, my God. It was the worst. The worst. Bunch of 35-year-old to 45-year-old screaming women carrying around little magazines called Soap Opera Digest trying to get autographs. It was terrible. Never going back. But that's how you handle that. You don't go to a nightclub and open fire. And from all indications from this guy's wife and everything, his sexual identity was a little confusing to him. And so because of that, he hated people that made him think that he may be gay. So he shot him up. He shot up the place. You know, we talk about the school shootings, but we forget sometimes there's been other things besides just school shootings where people's lives have been turned upside down. through hatred. And that's what happened 6 years ago this past weekend in Orlando. And it touched quite a few people. And there's a story in Idaho that just keeps the hate going. We'll talk about that next. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA. The Source. Do you suffer from joint pain or anxiety? Natural Life CBD